business minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another wonderful, exciting episode of the CEO Show. I'm your host, Dan. This is the 5th episode of the CEO Show, where we always bring you trailblazers in the business industry. People are going to share a lot of inspiration, people are going to tell about their stories, and from the same stories, you're going to be inspired, you're going to be educated, and also very insightful. Today we have a guest who you've been looking forward to hear from him, where he's come from to where he is currently. And definitely from his story, you're going to be inspired as usual. And from this story, I'm sure you're going to get a lot of nuggets. Our guest tonight is none other than the CEO of Delight Funeral Directors, Mr. Harrison Geita, who from this story, I'm going to derive a lot of inspiration. Mr. Harrison Geita, welcome to the CEO Show. We are so privileged to have you tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
I'm grateful and glad to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been wondering, all of a sudden, delights everywhere. But before we go into delights and everything, please, I'm sure you have quite a lot of story from your background, where you came from, where you've grown, and let people know who is Harrison Geita.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for inviting me here, and I'm so grateful for this show, the CEO live show. It's such a very important platform, and I can tell you that this is what people have been longing for. Harrison Geita was born in 1983 in Kitale, Cherangani, the slopes of Cherangani. That's where this CEO was born, and was born in a humble family. I grew up, went to school in Kapsara Primary School, went to, of course, nursery, class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, class 6. I got a red card, class 6. I don't know.
Red card.
Yeah, I don't know whether in your school you used to get a report card, and at the end of the term, it's written somewhere down with a red pen, not promoted.
The remarks point.
Yes, at the remarks point. So those are some of the challenges I ever faced in my life. And it's from that point that, I realized that I was not very bright as others. Because getting a not promoted it's not a joke.
That was in class 6.
That was class 6. Class 7, 8, of course, we sat for the exam. And I got 355 marks out of 700.
That was out of 700.
Yes, so that is slightly above average. So I can see it was exemplary performance. I joined Kapsara Primary School, Secondary School, Form 1. Later joined Suero Secondary School, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4.
What made you move from the first school to the second school?
I was still encouraged that I can become better, because at that particular time, the school that was famous in our village was Suero Secondary School, which turned to be St. Francis High School, Suero. And so I sat for the exam, KCSE, 2002. Yes, and I got a C plane. Yeah, that was my part of primary and secondary school. Later on, I got a job. My brother got a job for me in Kitale to sell petroleum products in a petrol station. When I started working, because that job I was given by my brother, I had a move in my heart that I really did not need to work to get money. I would rather get like a Bible school, go study the Word of God and become a pastor. I just thought there was no need for money.
What is it that made you have such a... Because you are the first person
Life. So I went to a Bible school in the year 2004, East Africa School of Theology, to study or pursue Bible and theology. For some reasons, I did not complete the education. Yeah, because before I joined Bible school, I had started a relationship. I had a lady I was courting at that time called, and we were so much into love, but at the same time, love for God and all that. And so, for some reasons, because I joined Bible school, I don't know what happened. That love for me stopped, and the lady told me that my interest for you is over.
Both of you were in Bible school?
No. She was doing her own business in town. They had a business in town. So she told me my interest for you, Imeisha. And so I got depressed, got issues with peptic ulcer disease.
That means you are seriously in love?
I was deep in love with that girl. Yeah, but when she said no, and because I concluded maybe studying to become a pastor, I would become a beggar, or that stereotype for pastors. Yeah, that they are beggars and they cannot do anything for their own apart from depending on people. So that touched me. I dropped Bible school and I went back to Kitale. I concluded in my heart, I will not take my life because of a girl. Because she has said she's not interested in me. I will not take my life.
At that point, it means you came face to face with depression?
Yes, it was so bad. I had gotten into peptic ulcer disease and all that. I went back and I faced my mother and told my mother, Mimi, I've stopped Bible school. Mimi nitaka nifanye kazi. Kazi yangu yenye itanisaidia. Yeah. And so at that particular time, she asked me, what do you want to do? Nikamwambia, I want to fanya biashara ya kupasua mbao.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started kupasua mbao. Nanua miti, tunapasua na a friend of mine. We get some few coins here and there. Yeah, I bought my own power saw through the same because we had hired a power saw.
Ile initial capital. Ulianza na ngapi hiyo kazi?
Hiyo kazi nilianza na one tree. Mti moja nilipewa na my mother. Aniambia kata ile mti. Tafuta power saw, pasua mbao, uanze shughuli yako, biashara yako. So that is the capital she gave me.
Na nini ilikuinspire kwa hiyo mambo
ya mbao? A friend of mine whom wako village huko.
He was doing good.
Kazi yake ilikuwa ni ya kupasua mbao, though the power saw was not his. But alikuwa so good in it. So I used to carry the kibuyu ile ya petroli. Yeah, namsaidia, and so I got the interest, Your story a pity party that I was an average person, I could not do anything. I got something to do. Kumbe biashara ya kupasua mbao, is not a very good biashara.
Why?
Yeah. Every tree unakata hivi inaanza kulia. So wewe na maaskari, forester, unakuwa marafiki na hiyo watu. Utapeleka mbao but you don't get profits. I don't know how it is. Maybe because of natural habitat, I don't know.
Okay.
Then tukipasua mbao, a friend of mine mwenye tulikuwa na yeye Nairobi, a lady, alikuwa anani-invite to preach in their church, Buruburu Chapel.
So at that time you're still a Christian?
Yeah, of course, I'm born again and focused. She came to Kitale for a wedding.
Okay.
Huyo lady who used to invite me to preach in their church. She came for a wedding in Kitale. And then she looked for me, akanipigia simu. Akaniuliza, Harrison, where are you? Niambia niko Kitale. Can we meet? Yes. Tukaenda tukakutana na yeye.
Wewe ni mtu wa kupasua mbao, ni mtu wa kutoka.
Ni zile majacket kubwa, power, ile vumbi, oil na sawdust.
Yeah.
Tukakutana na yeye. Harrison, where did you go? What happened? You left Nairobi. I don't know what happened to you. And so she told me she'd come for a wedding, though they are going back. Walikuwa wawili with a certain lady. Nikamwambia mimi ni life hivyo, ule msichana nikataa, karibu nipatwe na getting to so much depression. Niko hapa napasua mbao Kitale. I'm doing my life. I want to become better. Maybe in future, I will do my business, become successful, and support the ministry, the work of God. Ile shame about pastors, ministers, and the servants of God that they are beggars. God and create a platform whereby I will be able to support the servants of God.
So that was your inspiration?
That was my inspiration. I said I will do business. Niaibishe shetani.
Na hii business ni ambao?
Hii ambao hii.
Now that you didn't manage to become a pastor, now you want to support pastors.
Nitapasua mbao, I support pastors and the work of God. That's what I said. And sasa tukikunywa chai, alikuwa na huyo rafiki yake, ndio nikauliza na mmebook basi ya kurudi Nairobi because ilikuwa majioni, kitu saa 2 hivi. Akaniambia bado. Akaniambia sasa wacha twende niwabukie gari. So I picked the lady walikuwa naye, akamwambia acha niende na huyu because yeye ni mgeni hapa. Twende tu book nini?
Twende tu book basi.
Basi. So tukaenda tukabook basi. Tukibook basi nikachukua namba ya huyo madam. Nikashika simu yake. Wakisafiri kwa barabara nikampigia nikamwambia mimi umeona nilipatwa na shida. Lakini mimi nataka tu I'm looking for a friend. Unatakuwa rafiki yangu. Mimi niko Kitale, niko rafiki Nairobi. Yes.
Umeanza kupiga sana.
Hata si sana, I just needed a friend in Nairobi.
Okay.
Sina ubaya.
Ulikuwa umeenda Nairobi?
Sasa nilikuwa nimechapa Bible school ilikuwa Nairobi.
Oh, the Bible school.
East Africa School of Theology iko Buruburu. Nilikuwa nimechapa live Nairobi. Yes. Sasa ndio madam nilishika simu yake nikafinya my number hapo ndani. Akaniambia where did you get my number? Nikamwambia nilichangamka nikafinya namba yangu kwa simu yako. Nikamwambia mimi nataka tu ukuwe rafiki yangu. Akaniambia na wewe si umekuwa heartbroken, si uheal kwanza. Sasa tukaendelea hivyo. That lady is my wife today. Huyo tulikuwa na yeye.
Wewe mwenye ulipeleka stage mara ya kwanza.
Yes. She's called Mary Ngonya. But siku hizi anajiita Mary Harrison. And God has blessed us with 3 children. And nikiendelea kupawasua nikawachana na kupasua mbao kwa hiyo kazi kwenda kwa mzito, nikaanza kazi ya taxi. I became a taxi driver in Kitale town. Later on, by the help of my brother, alikuwa pia na mataxi. Ento DV. Akani inspire kufanya kazi ya taxi. And I bought my own taxi.
Ulikuwa unaendesha mtu kwanza?
Yes. Actually, nilikuwa ninaendesha gari ya my brother. Partly. But I got inspired and said, hey, bro, si naweza nikakuwa na yangu. So he helped me, tukachukua loan, we bought a vehicle. Na nikakuwa na taxi yangu. That was Toyota 100. KAP 645Q. Yes. You can imagine jamaa hapa wasomi kuna gari. And it was 95% loan because mimi sikuwa na pesa. Brother yangu aliongeza pesa kidogo na mwenye gari akatupatia loan. Na my brother akaniambia wewe pambana na hii loan ulipe hii gari yenyewe ameichope. So that's my journey. Average person.
And now you practice nursing, right?
Yeah, I practice nursing. I worked in that hospital for 1 year. But nikifanya kazi, because of that entrepreneur spirit, ilikuwa kwa roho. I started thinking of, that is 2013. Kuna magari nilikuwa naona zikiingia kwa hiyo hospitali, magari za funeral services. Na nikiziangalia nasema, hey, sasa mimi naweza nunua gari kama hii, nipeleke huko kwetu. Village kuza hakuna. Yes.
Now ulikuwa na interest ya taxi, umetoka taxi. Unaanza kuona now what you call that was a hearse.
Yeah, sasa ni hearse. Yes. So hiyo story kanikujia, nikakuwa na desire. 2013 I told my wife, mimi nafanya kazi ya funeral services. What do we do?
Na ile time kwanza penye ulikuwa unaona azo ukafikiria upeleke nyumbani. You mentioned to her.
I did. I mentioned to her, nikamwambia mimi want to do. Akaniambia no, that's not a good business. Yeah, why can't you think of tours and travel? Airport transfers. You get the best and do such kind of a business. I think of funeral.
Hiyo inatokea wapi?
Hapana, akaniambia wachana. Nikamwambia mimi kitu nitafanya. So 2013 I registered Delight Funeral Services.
Just from nowhere.
2013. Yes, as a sole proprietorship.
Na sasa ushanunua gari
Wapi?
kama bado?
It is in my mind I want to do this business. Yes. Mahali hakuna hizo magari mengi. Because in 2002 we lost our dad and alibebwa na pickup.
Okay.
Yeah, although ilikuwa ya one of our family member. There were no horses.
So now kind of register. Now at that time your wife had agreed that let's do this.
Alikubali shingo upande, but alikuwa anasema wewe fanya tours and travel.
Did you create time to interact with somebody who was doing that business before registering?
Yes, I did.
What was the feedback?
When I used to work in that hospital, that time I was working in the hospital. Sometimes when everything has settled, tumepeana madawa, patients are comfortable. Pharmacy ilikuwa direction ya mahali mortuary ilikuwa. Through the exit ya hospital, through the exit. So sometimes I would go, maybe umeenda, you're waiting for easy lab works, lab results. Kwa lab. Sometimes you could go and collect them at night wakati you finished everything. Zipeleke and you file. So that when the doctor is coming in the morning, all of them are filed. So sometimes nilikuwa napita pharmacy na lab, pale kwa lab, napita lab. Naenda kwa mortuary.
Wewe mwenyewe unaenda?
Naenda huko ndani. Yes. Kwa mortuary ya hospital.
Nini nakupeleka huko?
Usiku. Kilikuwa yanapeleka huko. I wanted to know what happens up and down. Yeah. Because like that time mwenye alikuwa anafanya kazi huko alikuwa like sometimes anazunguka tu kwa ward, you know. Life was like haikuwa issue kubwa sana. So I went there, nazunguka, tunaongea, jamani niambia hey, in the admission, this is what you do, mambo ya kuweka dawa. But sikuwa na interest sana na mambo ya mortuary. My interest was to do a funeral service. Yeah.
The hospital.
2013,
you registered Delight.
2013 I registered Delights.
Like no us.
Sina chochote. Moving forward, your story has I interacted with one patient ambaye nilimsaidia sana kwa ward huko. You know, I used to go overboard. You know, not just being a nurse. I used to create an environment where patient will be happy. Any patient I'm serving is happy.
So you are just passionate about nursing?
I was passionate about nursing. I was so much into it. Nasabu wagonjwa. Kuna mgonjwa fulani tuliinteract na yeye. Much as a nurse is not supposed to get into a relationship with a patient.
The care bit.
Yes, it's just supposed to be professional. But sometimes, you know, when you help a patient, umemsaidia. Sometimes unaongea 1 2 3, hey, wewe unatoka wapi?
You interacted with this patient.
Yeah, akaniambia anatoka Uganda, he's doing a business in Kenya hapa. Walipata accident na the wife. So wife alikuwa female ward, mzee tulikuwa naye kwa male ward. Nikamwambia mimi nataka kufanya kitu inaitwa funeral services. But nimezunguka Ngong Road. Huko Prestige. Naambia gari 2.2 na sina. Nitafanya nini? Akaniambia usinunue gari Kenya, import gari. Don't go for this local watu wenye wanauza magari, it's expensive. Na sasa ina make sense. Yeah. So nikamuuliza what do I do? Akaniambia na usijisumbue ununue magari expensive. You can start with a small one.
Unajua gari yenye unatafuta ni Haas.
Najua ni Haas, nikamwambia ni Haas. Akaniambia import. Nikamuuliza nitaimport aje? Akaniambia mimi ama importer niko na contact. Na accounts ya shippers na whatever Japan. Yeah. Tukajipanga na my wife. Kaambia my wife as we work, wacha to save. Kidogo una save, mimi na save. Sasa tuko na save kwa sako where my wife is working.
Na hiyo pesa it's targeted.
Tuchukue loan.
Alafu muimport.
Na tukachukua loan ya sako. Yes. Tukasanya pesa karibu 490,000. Tukatuma wapi? Japan.
This new patient.
The new friend. Aliniambia the new friend amenipea connection. So tukaanza job, nika import gari ikakuja all the way ikafika Mombasa. Ndio ifike tuko tushajipanga pesa ya kuclear. Gari kafika tuka clear. The best part is that hiyo gari yenye tuli import total cost was 850,000
mpaka iwafikie,
mpaka tume clear kila kitu. Niko na gari naendesha Nairobi. Yes, I've imported the first house, it has arrived. And we're in the process of now doing a conversion to make it a house.
Okay.
So in Ngara, that's where that business is done, conversions of matatus to matatus, you know, houses.
It was a
Nissan Caravan.
Caravan.
I didn't go for a Toyota Hiace.
Okay.
Toyota Hiace was very expensive, even in importing.
Okay.
So it was a Nissan Caravan.
Okay.
The same length, same volume, it looks the same. Only that this is Nissan and this is a Toyota. Because Toyota market price was higher, even in importing and Japan. So Caravan was low in price.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course it did not have a very good name. But by faith, I went for that vehicle and I told God, I want to start this business. You go with me.
Okay.
I asked so many people and they told me Nissan Caravan does not have a good name. Okay. Don't dare. I went to garages and mechanic and they told me it's not a good thing. Na ikiharibika usitulete. Yeah. But by faith.
But now, by the time you're bringing this first,
Yes.
it is you and your family who endorsed this business? How did your siblings talk of your mom? How did they take this idea?
At that time, I had not even shared with my mother or any of my siblings that I want to do that business. It was just in May. And I shared with my wife and it was that. And so when the vehicle arrived, when we wanted to do a conversion, someone approached me akaniuliza, na hii gari mzuri sana hii, unaweza niuzia? Yeah. Nikamwambia you interested? Yes. Akaniuliza, unaweza niuzia pesa ngapi gari? Nikamwambia 1.3 because that was the market rate at that time for Nissan Caravans.
This is a car that you imported at around 800,000.
850. Akaniambia, can you take 12.5? That is 1,250,000. Nikamwambia yes. We meet tomorrow, we do the business pale Prestige.
Uja convert
Bado. Tumeshapata baya. Nikamwambia my wife, hey, kuna mtu anataka kununua gari. Do we go for it? Nikamwambia yes. Sell it. I don't want hiyo biashara ya funeral.
So she was still hesitant.
Yeah, she was still hesitant. So we sold the vehicle the following day.
And you make a profit of
and I made a profit. Yes, I made a profit of almost 500,000, close to 500,000. Hi, so this is the business then. You don't need to do funeral services. I imported another one. It came. I sold.
Within a period of how long?
Immediately. In fact, that same buyer is the one who bought it. He's an importer but does not want to engage in importing. He's an old mzee who doesn't want to do import network and internet and all these things. Yeah. So I sell the car. I sold the third one, the fourth one. Hi. The fifth and the sixth, I decided to bring two of them.
At least you've made some.
Sasa bado tunachukua loan, tunaongeza. Of course, when we get money, we eat. Tukasahau story of funeral services. And so when we brought two vehicles.
And you're dealing with this Nissan Caravan?
Only Nissan Caravan. My clearing agent akaniambia now there is a problem. Hizo magari unaleta zimeongezewa ushuru pesa mingi sana, almost more than half. Ilikuwa imeongezewa 300,000 on each car. Hey, nikamwambia na italeta shida hii. Sasa kuna mbili ngoja nimeleta nikauzia mzee documents, I didn't see the vehicles, nikasema I will not sell Nissan Caravan again, nikatoka kwa hiyo shughuli. Sasa ukifanya import ya magari utaendelea kufanya nasi?
You bado
nothing long gone. I left work.
You resigned?
I left work. I left work because I could not mix the thing, the two. You know, as a nurse, uko na schedule, na program, na duty. Sasa wakati mimi niko kwa duty, ndio clearing agent ananiambia gari imefika Mombasa.
Ukoona this is now
unaenda Mombasa, unaambiwa network ya NTSA iko chini, gari itatoka leo.
You have to spend another
night and another one. So it did not bring me into good books with the employer. Yeah. So
that is how you left employment.
Nikaacha employment, nikakuwa importer. Along nikaacha Nissan Caravan, nikaanza kununua. One of my brother wanted a pickup. A single cab. I brought him na tukaunda pesa. Not bad. I decided to bring the third one, the second one, and the third one. When I was bringing the third one at gunpoint, I was carjacked.
Where?
Yeah, hapo Mombasa Road. I carried some passengers. Mombasa.
This is a new car that
This is a new car. Nimetoka nayo Mombasa, nimechukua nikabeba hapo Miritini 2 passengers. Jamaa waniambia ni driver wa lori na conductor. Nikawabeba nikakuja nao mpaka Nairobi. Hapo karibu Imara Daima. Wakati wa kuwashukisha wanakataa kushuka.
That was at night.
At night it was around 10 p.m. Kidogo gangsters kwa mlango yangu na gun. Watu wamejaa kwa gari. Na hivyo ndio niliwrestle with them kidogo, nikawa request hawa young kid achane na mimi, go in the vehicle. Sasa tumepata mtoto. Gari ikaenda. Gari iko na insurance. Ilikuwa na KJ plate na third party. So we lost everything. Yeah.
Could not even trust.
So I went back home at night. My wife was glad that I was not killed. Kambia gari imeenda, but I'm alive.
You're alive.
Kaniambia we have another day to fight. Yeah.
That was an encouragement.
The next week is when my senses came back of doing funeral service. I remembered I'd registered a company in April Delight. So I went to one of the banks, tukaongea, wakaniambia we can finance you. Bring pro forma invoice. On Monday, gari maybe last week, on Monday following week, nilikuwa nimejipanga tayari. Focus, very important. So sometimes you don't have to look. I mean, ile self pity party,
the setbacks.
Yes, setbacks. Mimi nilijipiga death nikasema no, not stay here, I need to move. Yeah. So I approached the bank with a pro forma invoice on Monday. On Friday I had a vehicle. Of course, a Nissan Caravan. I got a Nissan Caravan.
For this course.
For this course now. Nikaenda nikafanya conversions immediately on Friday. Because on Friday is when I got the vehicle. I provided the documents on Monday. Friday I had a car in my hands. I drove to Kitale.
That was now the destination where you wanted to do this business.
Yes. 2015.
Yeah. You gari caravan usha convert to
2015 it's a Haas. KCA 850X. Yeah.
You'd gotten a place unaenda tu you were.
Nilienda tu hivyo. Nilienda hivyo, nisema mimi nitaenda huko. Of course my people were there. Nisema nitaenda nikae. So I went to Kitale. I drove the whole night. Kafika Kitale, I met with my people, mwambia sasa mimi nafanya kazi ya funeral. My sister.
That is your family now.
Yes. My sister.
Unajua unakuja kufanya nini?
Hapo najua, but nilikuwa nimeuliza, hey, niaje hii biashara naweza fanya huko? Akaniambia iko sawa, kuja ufanye. Yeah.
Getting to Kitale.
Kitale.
Okay.
Kitale nimeingia. I don't have a house, I have a car. I went to my sister Nchotapila. Akani host kwake. Nilikuwa nalala sitting.
Ukapaka hasi nje.
Napaka hasi nje mpya. Niko na jamaa conductor. Huyo analala tao. Mimi nalala kwa my sister kwa sitting room. Asubuhi tunaamka tunaenda job. Nilifanya kazi sana.
The first day ukapata kazi?
Gari mpya. KCA mbele ya KAV, KAT. Hey.
That is now how you grew.
That's how I started funeral services. And so I was very keen, cautious, because this is a very sensitive kind of a business.
Okay.
It's not just like any other business.
Okay.
It's a business, you're talking of promises. You promise a family, when you give me your money, I will be there in your lowest moment. I will be there to offer the service that you want. Yeah.
I just want to know the reaction of your mom. How did she receive this? That this is the business you want to do?
My mom, of course, she was happy.
Oh, surprising.
Oh, she was happy. Any mother would be happy if a son wants to venture into anything.
Okay.
Yeah. She was happy, and she told me, of course, she prayed for me. And I prayed for the business. I told God, use me as a vessel to touch the many lives, to touch the many people who are mourning, to be an answer, you see.
Okay.
Because business, funeral is one very sensitive business.
It's true.
Yes, it's not just about money.
Okay.
Yeah. I realized that everyone who comes to you Everyone who pops into your office, they come crying. They enter to the office, the casket is there, they start crying. So this is not someone you want to add more pain.
2024. Daylight, a big company.
Yeah.
You have branches all over.
By the grace of God, we've got branches all over. Branch in Nairobi. No, we started out in Kitale, of course. Went to Bungoma. I got a manager in Bungoma. Then opened a branch in Eldoret. Opened another one in Kisumu, Busia, Kericho, Nairobi. Yeah.
Now, managing all these enterprises, what is the major challenge that you find in the business that you're doing currently?
The major challenge we have is the product that we have. You see, the product, we've decided to offer a product that is different in the market. And of course, the product is not cheap.
So the people accepting this product, and also because that is what is keeping you at the edge of the market.
Yes, yes.
Being probably one of the leading companies in the cell.
Yes.
So it means people fear to invest in the cell.
About other people investing in the same. You see, now when we started, and the name that we got to do this work, Delights, the main reason was to offer solace, to be a light in someone's darkness. Yeah. So when we brought this business, people were not cautious about what we were doing. But because we were sensitive in service delivery, the service that we were to offer, of course, with time, when you're trusted by a family, they will refer you to another family and another family. And so, like when we started with one house, you get another need to get the second.
Okay.
Because you see, like one vehicle in Kitale, we used to work like 5 assignments, one vehicle.
Okay.
So, satisfying all these people, you need more vehicles.
It's true.
Yeah. And so, the more you buy vehicles, the more impression you create amongst these other people. And they're like, nakumbe this biashara looks like it has money.
Okay.
So competitors come.
Okay. The position of friends in this business. Have you, because I understand that not only in your business, but a lot of business, before even you make it, before you get to the top, you always receive a lot of criticism. How position of friends in this criticism and people telling you that you won't make in this, I'm sure you received a lot of.
Oh, so much.
How did you handle?
So much. The first criticism we received is when we bought the Nissan Caravan. Someone who was very close to us asked me, why didn't you go for a Toyota Hiace? Because Toyota Hiace is durable, strong, like it has life. Why did you buy this thing? And you see, when you're starting, you don't have the muscles to do everything. You can't start a business and, you want to start today and make it a big thing. Yeah, so we started with such criticism, of course, and the profiling and that stereotype,
How do you handle such? Because somebody is watching tonight and whatever they are doing, they have been criticized, they have been looked down on. How do you handle the young person?
I can say any business you venture into, you don't expect people to celebrate you. And most of the time when you're starting, people will not celebrate you. Yeah. People will criticize you, and I can say those are distractions, but you don't focus on them.
Okay.
Because most of the time distraction will come to get you out of the way. And you see, when you're out of the way, you lose it.
As we move forward, I want to talk about something to do with expansion. Because over time, talking of 2015 to now, that is around 9 years, you're talking about you've expanded. There are some people at some point when you talk about business, there are some guys or some people who will just try to expand so swiftly, but now the moment they start expanding, that's when now downfall begin. What do you consider in expanding a business? What do you consider in growing your business? Before you say that you need to open another branch, what is it that you look into considering all the factors?
You see, our business, because of the culture that we brought about, good service, people who can be trusted, you're there, you have good customer care and all that. So many clients come your way. Like when we came to Eldoret here, the people of Eldoret, they are loyalists. You serve one person very well, they give you another trend of so many other people. And so they need to expand. And so expanding has been our, it has come with some challenges, of course. Because every time you open an office, you want to have a manager.
Okay.
You want to have a front office, an impression of you. You are the vision bearer. So any office you open there, you want someone who looks like you, who can perform even much better, maybe than you.
Who understands your vision.
Who understands your vision and the purpose of the business. Ours is to make sure that a family is happy, a client is happy. And making a client happy means at the reception, you want someone who will receive family very well. You know, someone is coming broken. You want someone who will be accommodative.
How was the experience starting a funeral home?
Starting a funeral home is not a joke. Yeah, it's not a joke. It's a big problem because of it's called public outcry.
Nobody wishes to have a funeral.
No one wants to have a funeral in his neighborhood. Yeah.
How was the experience?
We had issues. We were taken to the county government. People wrote petitions to block the facility, to say it is not needed. You know, all those things, it will be smelling. All the bad things they talk about, bodies, you know, that are decomposing. So when we bought the facility, immediately when we were putting up a perimeter wall.
Okay. People knew that this is what it's coming here.
You know, people knew me, so they were wondering, what is this Delight guy doing in this place? So it leaked that we were doing
a funeral
home. And so people started writing letters and those petitions to block it.
Okay.
And we got discouraged. We almost like surrendered. Yeah, because you see someone calls you, oh, kuna kelele. And you see sometimes even people take it further in a source of exploitation, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just like any other business? You're starting, what are the permits, what the clearance thing for you to run such a business?
Yeah, running up a funeral home, number one, you need to get a nod from like physical planning and ask them, is this the best place to put a funeral home? So if they say yes, then you go to another level of doing what we call public participation. Public participation is writing a questionnaire. You give it to the residents. They are called community.
The community around.
The community around. You give them questionnaire to fill. Are you okay with this facility that is coming up here? Yeah. So if they say no, the majority, then it cannot proceed.
And that's what they said.
Now that was a different story because it was an already existing facility. It was there before. It had just gone down for some reason. So we bought an old facility that was existing, a hospital. Yeah, hospital and a funeral home. Yeah. So we were just doing refurbishment and upgrading. Yeah. And again, it received the same measures. But I can say people just need to get up and understand that these are services that are needed by the community. Yeah. A funeral home that is well kept and maintained serves to benefit the community.
So that is running?
It's running.
Okay.
A very good facility, very clean, spacious, parking, ample parking. Yeah.
Okay.
Lounge Very neat and beautiful place.
Nice.
When you enter our reception, you can't know that this is a funeral home.
Because I like the something that you always talk about, like quality runs deep.
Yeah, that has been our slogan, quality runs deep. Our hearses, our caskets, our staff, presentation. Yes. We bring delight to them that are mourning.
Okay. You talk now of value addition. There is, you started with being a timber merchant. At some point, you are now into now making these coffins yourself. And what is it that made you to now make it with your own? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are talking about value addition.
Yeah.
You are doing this your own.
Yeah.
You are importing. How do you handle this?
All I can say, I read somewhere about value addition, and a note was written somewhere recently, I think this week, that if you value what you do, you will add value.
Okay.
If you value
What you do.
you will add value. And so this business, I didn't tell you that my wife had to stop working because of our family.
Okay.
She had to resign to come and join me in Italy. And so when she came, she insisted that we need to make this thing formal. I need an office like where I was working.
Okay.
Remember, this is a graduate. He's being employed now by a timber merchant, nurse who did not work for so many years.
Now you need to create a space.
Now I need to create her space. We get an office. Now an office is empty. It's just a plastic chair and a table. So when the clients are coming, they want the hearse. Our hearse here is new. And then they're asking, where can we get a good coffin? A good coffin. Because your house is new, we need a good coffin. So we struggled in Kitale, there were no good coffins. So we used to go and buy coffins in Nairobi. Yeah. So we get coffins. So we brought coffins. Actually, we sold a coffin through a picture. We went to Nairobi and took some pictures, got a client, shared a picture. He was interested in the casket and we sold the casket. Yeah.
Okay.
So
until now you chose to make.
Yes, actually, yeah. So we used to bring them from Nairobi. It was a very big challenge because Nairobi used to, in Nairobi things are fine. So the caskets that were being made in Nairobi are very good. So when we brought them, we could sell them easily because they are well done, clean, well polished. Value addition. So you have a new house and a very good casket here. So work could move very, very smooth.
More business.
Yeah. Okay. So I used to drive myself every weekend to Nairobi with that van, KCA, and bring caskets in Kitale.
Okay.
I used to carry 6 coffins in that vehicle with my wife and the baby besides here at night. Because tomorrow you have an assignment.
You have orders.
Yeah, you have orders. People are waiting for their casket. You've shown the pictures. They want the casket. And in the morning, the casket is there, delivered. Yeah.
Okay.
So we added value. It was difficult bringing caskets from Nairobi because sometimes you cannot hire a full lorry to carry your casket. So unatafuta hizi lorry zenye zimebeba simiti. Za simiti. Simiti inafika hapa flat chini. And because caskets are light, we used to place them on top. So lorry inakuja nayo. And it was a challenge because sometimes unatumana lorry inaenda inachukua casket, mtu akuja na casket mpaka Kitale. It was raining in Limuru, raining huku yote Molo. Casket zinafika Kitale, kumbe lorry iko na hema. Casket imeisha imekuunga. It was a challenge. So we decided to make our own. Okay. I was hesitant to bring the fundis from Nairobi. You know why? Most of the time, such a product you don't want to expose to everyone.
Okay.
Because it's your product.
So you have to guard.
Yes, you need to guard the fundis, make sure they are not exposed.
So that you have a very unique product.
Yeah, my mother was telling me, why are you struggling? Let hao mafundi kwangu nyumbani huko Kapsara. Tutawaficha huko ndio huko. Because she was struggling, she was not happy that I am driving every night, that.
So you got the fundis and
so ikafika mahali competitors, because we had started and all was well in Kitale, competitors came over. Well, inequality. So many of them. That's why I decided, let me bring the fundies. And so I decided to make our own coffins.
Okay.
And on top of that coffin now, when someone comes, they need a coffin, they need a dress, they need a suit, they need a dress, the gown, and all the dressing for the ladies. You see. So those are the value additions in our saris.
You saw business, all this.
Yes.
You went into event planning and management.
Yeah, now on top of that, after now selling a casket, someone tells you they need the suit or the gown. Then they tell you they need a tent. You see? And that is how now we got into events planning. Yeah.
Okay.
So we
So
brought...
it's all about seeing an opportunity and venturing into
Yes,
this.
yes. Yeah.
What is your principle in management in business? Because a lot of business come down because of failure in management.
Yes. Like I was saying, being there when all these things are happening. At least I'm able to supervise, like every morning I get to the factory.
Okay.
To supervise the caskets that we are producing. Every morning. I'm able to see. We're making these ones. This is the stages. This is done. Is it to the satisfaction, you know?
The quality.
Quality of caskets. Now quality of the tents that we are hiring out to clients. Yeah. And also improving every day.
So every day it's about continuous improvement.
Continuous improvement.
And also being there.
And being available.
There is the issue of finances and having all these branches.
Yeah.
I'm sure the first car you borrowed some loan, it was credit financed. How do you manage your finances now with such a big company?
I can say finances are very key. Thank God I'm working with my wife. Yeah. When she came into my business or our business, she brought the essence of proper financial management.
With the knowledge of finance.
With the knowledge of finance. She brought in that. And she has really helped me. You see, every time you work, you get the zeal, like for our case. You want to buy the next new house.
Yeah.
Because there is that pressure. When you have like this maybe KCA, kidogo someone has come with a KCP. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, the competition we got in Kitale, our direct competitor used to bring like 2 of them at a go. Mapacha, pa.
So that's what motivated, that's what was pushing you.
So you are like, I also need to get some other 2.
Okay.
And then you get a loan, and another loan, and another loan, and another loan. Yeah, we've gotten into issues with the auctioneers ourselves.
Oh.
Yes.
Well experienced.
Yes, sometimes you could take so many loans and you're not able to pay on time, which is very critical.
Okay.
And then the driver calls you, I'm in a petrol station, there is someone inside the vehicle. He's saying he wants to go with the vehicle. And then he says he has a letter from the bank. That is an auctioneer. All the reasons to worry. You cannot take too much loan over and above what you can pay. What you can pay. Yeah. And I can encourage someone, if you want to start a business, don't take 100% loan. You can do it when you're starting. But when things are working, get back and borrow about 40%. Let your work, the equity, be about 60%. Because when you put so much into debts, you know the interest rates are changing every day. We get emails. They just send you emails. There is a review. And you know, when you are applying for that loan, they told you we may change without informing you. You know,
Is that close?
Yeah, there is that, and you sign. You say yes, that is okay. Things are changing. So I've seen bad debts bringing down biasharas, and my wife told me now we need to put a break in borrowing, because me I didn't see any problem in borrowing. Could borrow and borrow until now we got into issues. Yeah? There is so much competition. You have your vehicles here and you have the loan. What do you do?
And the vehicles are tied to the loan. You know, those are things that may discourage you so much into running a business. So I would say in terms of finances, we have to be very, very careful and very, very conscious. You borrow what you need. If you don't need that, you don't have to.
But because of the pressure, of course, of business, sometimes you might be confused and you want to get. You know, the banks are available and they have the money. In fact,
They're very attractive.
they call you every time. Yeah, they call you every time. What do? You finish that loan, si tufanye mambo.
Now,
It's very dangerous.
You always consider to balance loans. That is now what you're passing.
Yes, especially when you're starting, it's not a problem to borrow. But as you go along, get off the trap of the loan.
How do you balance now the relationship and now the professional bit of it in your business?
I would say if you got a chance to work with like your spouse, use it to the maximum.
Okay.
Use it to the maximum. You see, the goal here is to raise or to support a business. And there are things that you know that maybe your spouse knows who can help you. And most of the time, like our ladies got the sixth sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can say, anytime you get a chance to work with your spouse, they bring all the wisdoms that you don't know. Anytime. They are cautious. They will know when you're getting off the track. You see, they'll bring you. I can say it has been a blessing to work like with my wife. Because you see now, she's the one who is bringing new ideas in terms of like financial management. Things that I didn't know. She's into the business, she's helping me. Sometimes she makes decisions that are very, very sober, and I'm like, if I was alone, I could not take this direction.
Okay.
So it's a very big plus if you're able.
Okay.
So for business to thrive, if you got to work with your partner, well and good. And if they are far away, maybe they've got different professions. Any idea they bring, don't turn it down. Yeah, don't turn it down.
So,
it's a blessing.
Both of you are on payroll?
Yes, we are paid. Myself, I'm paid by Delight's Funeral Directors. Now we brought Dolphins Creations because of the events.
Okay.
She is the CEO of Dolphins Creations and Deck.
Okay.
And again, we brought in Levi Insurance.
Oh.
She is the CEO of Levi Insurance Agency.
Okay.
Yeah, we work together and it's
Nice.
beautiful and easy.
Nice.
It's easy life.
At what point ndio utafika uambie mtu biashara leo iko sawa?
Aha. At what point do we say that biashara iko sawa ama inabamba?
Ama iko unasema kama si corona. Everybody nowadays anasema hiyo time ya corona.
Yes,
business
yes.
was not good.
Aha. What inspires us most or makes us very happy and in celebratory mode is when a client gives you a call and they say that we were very excited and delighted. Your services were top notch. That is what makes us happy. Yeah. And we receive gifts, by the way.
Oh.
Yes.
After funerals.
Yes, we receive gifts. Our drivers, ourselves. Yeah. I can remember there is a certain lady, mama, who we offered a service. They were very happy that she even went to a point of asking me if I have kids who are in school, if I can give a school, it's called what? Yeah, school fees. Yes. To pay part of our school fees of our kids.
That was the offer.
I'm telling you, that is what makes us happy. When a client gives a call and say, you gave us the best.
And at what point do you say that business is bad?
Business is bad. Of course, the reverse of the same.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you get a call that your driver maybe was not the one I expected, the way he was dressed or something like that.
Okay.
And it happens sometimes,
Okay.
And we keep on improving every day.
Every day.
But I can say we receive messages, we receive of appreciation. Yeah, even in print media. Yeah.
We receive appreciation.
To acknowledge that Delight gave us the best.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Okay. Where do you see Delight and what is your next move?
Delight's next move. As I said, funerals are becoming very expensive, and so we ventured into affordable meaningful funeral services.
Okay.
So we started funeral insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the cost of funeral have gone very high.
Okay.
So we have brought in Levaya, we have brought in Delight's funeral cover,
Okay.
where you can get our services at a very cheap price.
Okay.
Like you can access our limousine, a Range Rover limousine, at 16,000 shillings.
Okay.
Per year. If you pay 16,000 shillings, you can get Range Rover limousine, has an imported casket. You can get all of our top-notch services.
Okay.
By paying an insurance.
Okay.
And so we
So
want.
in this case, you are now insuring against death.
Yeah, not insuring against death.
To meet
Actually, that is the case, but it's a cover that shoulder you from the cost that is rising in burial expenses.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so we are praying that God will take this thing to another level, whereby the whole country will adopt the process of paying a premium and not going to pay cash for a service.
Oh, nice. I think to that, we can have now your parting shot to this young person, to this person who is looking forward to venture into the business that you're doing, or even another business, startup, be it all those. What is your parting shot?
My parting shot would be, go for it.
Okay.
Nothing stops you.
Okay.
Go for it. Nothing stops you. It doesn't matter your background, whether you are average or below average or slightly above average.
Okay.
You can rise up, shake the dust, and take to the highest level that you want. Nothing stops you. Like for my case, I was not in anywhere. You could not give me any value. But you see, by the grace of God, I realized that I've got the potential.
Okay.
So young man there, when I was a student at Presbyterian University, we used to invite inspirational speakers. Like there was a time we invited Pepe Minambo. He's the one who wrote the book, Get Inspired Before You Inspire. We brought him into the institution and also got inspired.
Okay.
And so this time also, I want to tell you that you can go beyond where you are. Shake your dust. Start up a business, put God, get measures that are correct. Don't take too much loan. Get a loan that you're able to start with. Run with it. Go to the highest level that you can.
Okay.
Look at Delights right now. It's all over the world. We are doing repatriation. Repatriation is bringing bodies from all over the world, outside the country. From someone who was a power saw merchant timber businessman. Yeah. So it doesn't matter your background, your family, where you come from. As we came from a humble family, though my father was a businessman, but we were not like business mogul or big names, But I charted my way out of my parents. I did this thing with my spouse, and this is where we are. And in that connection, I would encourage anyone to get a book called Who Moved My Cheese? Don't be comfortable where you are. Food will get over, and when it gets over, you will be in trouble. Go and read that book written by Spencer, Dr. Johnson, Spencer Johnson. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? And I brought you a gift.
Oh, thank you.
Have you ever read that book, Who Moved My Cheese? It's a challenge, challenging someone not to be comfortable on what they are doing or where they are.
Okay.
Yes, because sometimes the favors and the advantages may disappear. So you need to be inspired before you expire. And after reading that book of Who Moved My Cheese, or Who Moved My Business, or Who Destroyed My Shop, or Who Closed My Shop, the guy wrote another book called Out of the Maze. Very important.
Okay.
And I brought you this as a gift.
Thank you.
This is for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a very important book. So go for it. Nothing stops you.
Yeah, I think that it was one of the good reads that I think I read like 3 times. The young people needs to know that you get knowledge from books.
Yeah.
And we challenge you to go for it.
Go for it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harrison. Yeah. That was a very powerful parting shot from you. And also we appreciate for you creating time to be with us tonight. Yeah. I'm sure that somebody outside there has been inspired. Somebody has chosen to wake up tomorrow and shake off and get up and do something. because at the end of the day, we are looking to inspire and talk about giving out the information and also provide the insights. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think for tonight it's a wrap, and we make sure that we keep this conversation going. Remember the quote from our guest tonight: whatever you value, you must add value. Next week, same time, same place, with another amazing guest that we're going to have. Look forward to it. On Tuesday, from the same time, 37:30 to 9, we'll always be here to provide you amazing and always inspirational stories. And we always look forward to that moment. The CEO Show, it's until another time.
Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show.